Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to this session. Your Excellencies, colleagues, distinguished guests. Also welcome to the Swedish Pavilion, where we are incredibly excited to be launching the Blue Mediterranean Partnership Fund. My name is Maria Selin. I'm a colleague from CEDA. I work at the embassy in Amman, where I'm responsible for a regional development program. And we have now decided to partner up with all of you to make this happen, the Blue Mediterranean Partnership Fund. So I've been assigned to be the Master of Ceremonies. So I think this is going to be a little bit of a difficult task. So please bear with me. We need to be short, we need to be brief, and we need to say super important things. So we'll do our best jointly. And I want to start off by welcoming a reasonably new Director General from CEDA, Jakob Granit. It's a pleasure to have you here, to actually be here to launch the program. And I should also be saying to you that Mr. Granit was previously the Director General for the Swedish Agency for Marine and Water Management, responsible for the blue economy and fisheries in the Baltic and in the North Seas. So he knows what he's talking about. So over to you, DG. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Maria. Excellencies, honored guests, and dear colleagues. It's a real pleasure to be here. And as you heard from, as my colleagues just said, I really care for the topic we are talking about. So let me welcome you to this launch and the signing ceremony of the Blue Mediterranean Partnership here in the beautiful Swedish Pavilion. We meet here in Dubai in very troubled times. We recognize the hardships and the sufferings of civilians in the region, and we acknowledge that at times like this, it's difficult to see beyond what happens on a daily basis. We trust that there will be an end to the violence and that with collective efforts and a road to a brighter future can be found. The Blue Mediterranean Partnership has, just like this pavilion, its roots in Scandinavia, as it has been modeled on the Northern Environmental Partnership that has been successfully managed by the EBRD for over 20 years and enables significant investments in and around the Baltic Sea. The impact that these strategic and coordinated investments has had on the marine environment is well documented, but it's really the spirit of partnership that I would like to highlight. Long-standing and strong partnerships that stand the test of time is essential if you want to achieve sustainable development. And with the BMP, we trust that we will jointly be able to provide lasting benefits for the Mediterranean Sea, for the countries around it, and more importantly, for the people dependent on this amazing resource for subsistence, income, and recreation. And partnerships are needed. No single actor can address the transboundary impacts of climate change and biodiversity loss alone. Complex challenges require comprehensive approaches, and a regional platform like the Blue Mediterranean Partnership can provide strategic guidance, policy development, and agenda setting, in addition to mobilizing financial resources and technical assistance at the project investment level. In line with this, the role of the Union for the Mediterranean will be crucial. A regional organization with its member states from both the southern and northern shores of the Mediterranean, with in-depth understanding of issues related to environment, climate change, and the blue economy. Development banks and international finance institutions are essential for scaling up projects and initiatives to meet the very large challenges that the Mediterranean region is facing in terms of climate change and to unlock the blue investments. In this sense, and I'm happy that CEDA, the Swedish government, is able to provide catalytic grant funding to mobilize public and private finances needed for the blue economy in the MENA region. And I can announce today that we will be supporting the partnership with 75 million Swedish kronor, which is about 6.5 million euros. The grant funding we provide might seem small in comparison to the overall investment needs in the region, but its flexibility and timing can be instrumental for getting large-scale projects off the ground if allocated strategically. Blended finance and innovative financial instruments will play key roles in development cooperation moving forward, and it's exciting to see that this partnership is already considering how a broader set of financial instruments can be offered to partners in order to facilitate investments and projects. And this is really what we learned in the Baltic Sea region, the scaling up of financing critical. And as SIDA, we can also make use of our guarantee instrument to really meet scaling at scale, financing at scale. In summary, the sustainable use of ocean resources for economic growth, improved livelihoods and jobs will strengthen the health of the ocean ecosystems in the MENA region. Sectors such as fisheries, marine transport, offshore renewable energy, and tourism will provide jobs and livelihoods to millions of people. This event marks the beginning of an important partnership that will deepen relations between Sweden and countries in the southern Mediterranean, something that I very much look forward to. We hope that this partnership will benefit all countries in the broader Mediterranean region, including around the Red Sea. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Director General. And now we will see a short recorded message from the European Commissioner for the Environment, Oceans and Fisheries, DG Mare, Mr. Virginijus Sinkiewicz. So please.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to COP28 and the Blue Mediterranean Partnership Pledging Conference. Tonight, we will have the opportunity to witness the beginning of what is bound to become a fruitful partnership. I would also like to thank the banks, financial institutions, donor and recipient countries for joining this effort and making today possible. Because tonight we are putting the sustainable blue economy at the top of the agenda in the broader Mediterranean region. And we are doing this together. Our joint efforts began in 2021 when the 42 member countries of the Union for the Mediterranean adopted the second ministerial declaration on sustainable blue economy. Later that same year, we added the EU approach to a sustainable blue economy and the new agenda for the Mediterranean. These documents completed our political commitment towards the green and blue economies of the Mediterranean region. The Union for the Mediterranean Declaration lists sustainable investment as one of its 10 priorities. And this is key because after political commitment, financial commitment comes and takes things to another level. Because we need investments to develop the economy, especially if we want to make sure that all sectors and activities develop sustainably, so that the seas and oceans can keep providing for future generations. I believe that by supporting and funding smart blue economy projects and initiatives, the Blue Mediterranean Partnership will help us implement not just this priority, but the other 9 as well. And this is why today the European Commission pledges €1 million to the Blue Mediterranean Partnership. We believe in this partnership. We believe it can contribute to making the prosperous future of the Mediterranean countries. And that means sustainable, resilient prosperity. I also hope that this will inspire others to get involved, be it as donors or as potential beneficiaries. Ladies and gentlemen, these are challenging times, so it is even more important that we come together and strengthen our support for blue activities, which so many depend on. I leave you with my best wishes for the evening. Thank you.
Thanks very much. And we now move on with some short speeches from the beneficiary countries, from the development partners, and from the implementing partners. And in order for us to do this in a rather smooth fashion, I'm going to ask a couple of you to come up on the stage at the same time, and then present your input, and then we'll take the next group. So I hope that's agreeable to all of you. It's been a hard negotiated process, this, I can tell you that. So I would like, first and foremost, to invite Her Excellency, the Minister of International Cooperation from Egypt, Her Excellency Al Mashat. Thank you. And from from Jordan, I believe we have the Chief Commissioner, Nayef Al-Fayez from, no? See, this is where it went wrong. From the outset.
His Excellency, Dr.
His Excellency, Dr. Alman Soleiman. Sorry for that. Thank you. And of course, His Excellency, the Secretary General for the Union for the Mediterranean, His Excellency Nasser Kamel. Please come up. And we have the microphone.
Well, thank you very much. I'll try and be as fast as possible, but let me first, I'm very happy to be here with partners who have been engaging with Egypt in many ways on climate action, green transition. So I'm very happy that today it's more on the blue economy. And I want to particularly thank Ambassador Nasser Kamel, who has been working with all of you for a couple of years to bring this to light. The Mediterranean region is recognized with the marine biodiversity. It's a hotspot for that, but climate change, of course, accelerates the exposure to environmental risks. And therefore, this initiative comes very closely with the international concern, as we heard in the video. I'm very pleased that I'll be signing this with colleagues and partners today. This COP27 in Egypt was from pledges to implementation, and this COP is moving forward also with respect to action. And therefore, in this context, the Blue Mediterranean Partnership, which seeks more cooperation and coordination among the different stakeholders to actually have impact with respect to the blue economy through 3 objectives, which we find very much in line with our own national goals and also with the efforts that we want to do, supporting the sustainable blue economy, enhancing capacity on sustainable and innovative practices, and also creating and reinforcing enabling environments. We saw tourism in the video. Tourism for us is extremely important, and we see a lot of opportunity to push this agenda forward. In conclusion, I want to thank all the partners, EBRD, the EU, EIB, AFD, KFW, of course, SIDA, the Swedish government, and UFM for all the effort that has been taking. And I see it from Spain. Apologies for missing. But again, the list of partners just shows the importance of when stakeholders come together, there is complementarity. There's plenty that we can do together. We have witnessed this in Egypt through the different projects that we do together. And also our Nexus of Water, Food and Energy, which is a platform that provides financing on water, food and energy. Today, with the blue economy, biodiversity is an addition that we look forward to partnering with all of you on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister.
Good evening, Excellencies, colleagues and friends. Allow me to thank you for this opportunity to speak before you. Today we are witnessing another partnership with the Mediterranean. This is not new. We are building on our previous experience in the Mediterranean region, and we are coming from the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aqaba. We have a long-term partnership with the European Union. Currently, we are working with the European Union as a part of the Green Deal on the establishment of a strategic project, which is the Aqaba Marine Park, which has 3 main components: Aqaba Marine Reserve, Aqaba Aquarium, and Aqaba Science Hub. This is a very important project to Jordan, and I believe that the Blue Economy Partnership, Blue Mediterranean Partnership, is building and integrating with the Green Deal. So we are addressing the blue economy. We are looking for sustainable activities in the Gulf of Aqaba and the region. And you know, in Jordan, we have a big challenge. We have limited shorelines. We have only 27 kilometers on the Gulf of Aqaba with many activities that we have to accommodate. So we look forward to work with this project with the small grant that will be growing. I'm sure will be growing because of the good partnership that we have here from the different countries, and with the support of the European Union and SIDA, and especially the office in Amman. Thank you, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, really a pleasure, honor. I cannot express how happy
I am to be witnessing this partnership taking shape today. The whole story started actually in my office 2.5 years ago when a young, ambitious director, Adonai Herrera Martinez, came to see me and said, why don't we mimic the very successful experience mentioned by the director of CEDA of the Northern Dimension Environmental Partnership, and explained it to me. And it was a non-brainer in terms of the impact of that partnership in the Baltic Sea, and why not do the same for the Mediterranean. A sea that is a marine biodiversity hotspot that is suffering from overexploitation for so many, including, of course, the biggest challenge humanity is facing, which is climate change. A sea that is generating 450 billion euros a year. This is the 5th largest economy in the Euro-Mediterranean region. We need to protect the sea, protect the economic potential of that sea. And then we approached EIB, and EIB was on board. We met at le Sommet des Océans in Brest. Madame la Présidente, vous vous rappelez. And the three of us decided to go ahead and push, mobilize for this project. Another word of thanks is for CEDA, because CEDA was the first respondent, as we say in emergency, in civil defense. The first one who said, we are on board, we're going to put 6.5 million euros in terms of grants. And grants are extremely important because we're talking about blended finance. We are as ambitious as the Northern Dimension is. We will reach the 1.2, 1.3 billion euros to be for the 3 beneficiary countries, which are Egypt, Morocco, and Jordan. The Moroccan minister was supposed to be with us today, but unfortunately, she was held up somewhere. But she might join us later? No, okay. I thought she was. So we will reach 1.3 billion for the 3 countries. Those are actually one of the most advanced countries in the southern Mediterranean. I'm not saying that because I'm Egyptian, in terms of the responsible exploitation of their marine resources and the blue economy sector in the 3 countries. So I think as the first phase of recipient country, it was a good choice. So I'll finish by simply thanking all our partner in this project, the German cooperation, the Italian, the Spanish cooperation, AFD. I thought he was with us today. Ah, oh, tu viens d'arriver alors, parce que je t'ai pas vu avant. All our partner, if I forgot someone, I apologize. And I really feel that this effort has yielded a good result. And now, inshallah, we'll be moving from the inception to the signature and then to the implementation very, very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you very much. And thank you also for highlighting the fact that Spain is also contributing to this partnership, although not here today. So moving on, I'd like to invite up on stage the European Commission Directorate General for the Environment, Oceans and Fisheries, DG Mare, Mr. Saudauskas, Deputy Director General, please. And from AFD, yes. I think, please, Mr. Remy Rio, CEO for AFD, please come up on stage. The floor is yours.
No, I thought
I
would be good to see you. I thought Ambroise and Odile would be with me and others. And sorry to be late. And thanks to Sweden for the invitation. No, just a quick word to say that we are at AFD France, through AFD, extremely happy to be here and to be part of this new fund. So we will contribute 2 million euro, and I can confirm that firmly tonight as part of a collective effort for this Blue Med Fund and for the ocean, more broadly speaking, through this fund. It's a very important in AFD portfolio, about well, between 5 to 10%, depending on the 7% last year, meaning about $1 billion of financing for oceans last year, and rising, I would say. And so we will build from that experience in this collective effort, of course, behind the EBRD, the Commission, l'Union pour la Méditerranée, all of you, dear friends. And of course, in a sequence for a few years. So yes, I was in Brest, with others for the One Ocean Summit, February 2022. And I was in Bali before we had this Clean Ocean initiative that was launched with KfW and EIB and many others now on an issue, and CDP and other from the Team Europe about cleaning the oceans. We were also last August in Cartagena for the Finance in Common Summit, so close to an ocean as well. And we launched at that time a coalition of public development banks we called it Ocean Positive. And we're all working in the perspective of the UNOC Summit in Nice in 2025, where we will, it's the birthday of all the 2015 summits. In 2025, we will have to put the oceans higher on the international agenda, and of course provide financing innovation, financing solutions for it. And I think this new fund could also be seen as a laboratory on top of what you're doing for the Baltic or elsewhere, that we will have to synthesize, gather by 2025. Thank you.
Thank you.
As you have heard already from the recorded speech of Commissioner Sinkevičius, Europe is putting blue economy at the very center of the sustainability of the planet, and as a solution also, as one of the solutions to the climate issues. And probably there is no accident that we are doing it today here in order to make sure that oceans and the seas are really seen as a solution. I'm not saying that blue economy is a silver bullet, but if there is something that gets as close to the silver bullet to our troubles with the climate, blue economy is one of them. And that's precisely why we were so eager and supportive to this initiative from the very start, that we even signed the intent of memorandum before everybody else did. So it's already sent to EBRD. I will not be doing this, but we are fully with you. And the message, of course, here is that is a double one. One of them is we have to cherish Mediterranean Sea as much as we can, because it's one of the cradles of our democracy, one of the sources of humanity culture, and we really have to make sure that we don't allow it to deteriorate further because of human activities or because of the climate changes which are induced by the human activities. And the other thing is, again, coming back to the story of the ocean, which I was very happy to see come finally into the draft document of the COP for the first time, to show that if we do the right thing with the oceans, we might be able to lock out the solutions that we haven't found to the climate just yet. We have to be sure that the blue economy is the right kind of economy, that is sustainable, it's circular, it's innovative economy, if we want to make sure that it brings the benefits that it has to bring. And I'm pretty sure that this investment is going to be one of the most meaningful investments ever, that probably could be one of the models to the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. And excellent to hear the AFD confirmation about the support. And we have some exciting news also. His Excellency is working hard there in the background. But I think, yes, now this is a cliffhanger. But we'll move on in the interest of time. And I will ask the EIB Vice President to come up on stage, Mr. Ambroise Fayol, together with KfW, Mr. Peter Hilliges, Chief Climate Officer. Thank you. And then we have Mr. Enrico Petrocelli, who is Head of the International Institutional Relations at CDP. And of course, last but not least here, Ms. Odile Renaud-Bassot, the EBRD President. Please welcome up on stage. And yes, the floor is yours. I think in the order you stand. Thank you.
Okay, there are many speakers and not much time, so I'll be very brief. Thanks a lot for the invitation. Even more thanks for Sweden and SIDA to make this great announcement. At EIB, we see the blue economy of one of our priorities. In the last 5 years, we have financed projects that amount 7 billion euros for blue economy that have triggered the investments of around 24 billion euros around the world. So this is significant, but actually this is nothing compared with what is needed. And we are really thrilled that the Blue Mediterranean Partnership is having new partners and will soon be ready to deliver projects, be it on reducing plastic waste, increase coastal resilience, or improve wastewater treatment and help protect marine biodiversity. We are also very pleased that the dialogue and the concrete dialogue with partners like Egypt, Jordan, that you've proved today, and also Morocco, is really interesting, because we are going to see concrete projects to have coastal protection or better water treatment and other important sectors related to coastal communities. We have actually invested more than 1 billion euro in Egypt to keep the sea clean, while at the same time ensuring safe water and sanitation for millions of people. So these are the kind of projects that we would like to love to see under the Blue Mediterranean Partnership. And I will just end by saying that there is one precedent that today Remy referred to. This is the Clean Oceans Initiative that was the beginning to say, let's remove plastic from the ocean. Actually, to remove plastic from the ocean, the best is that it doesn't come to the ocean. And this was so successful that we had to renew the initiative, because the 2 billion were used very, very quickly. And we have doubled that in a period of time that was much shorter. We have included new partners, and we are very pleased that EBRD has joined AFD, ECO, GDP, and KfW on this initiative. So with this, we know that the Blue Mediterranean Partnership will be successful. Thank you.
Thank you very much for inviting KfW also to this ceremony today of signing the Statements of Intent. I'm Peter Hilliges, Chief Climate Officer of KfW Development Bank. And I mean, obviously, there are so many players in this space. So it's, I was thinking about when somebody mentioned 42 member states of the Mediterranean Union. That's quite a number to work together with. And KfW is present in a good number of countries where we are working on behalf of the German government in many sectors that are relevant for the blue economy of the Mediterranean. And I think it's very obvious that working together makes things better. But I also know that it's complicated because there are so many different interests that are happening, and having someone like the Secretariat in Barcelona, or now the fund that is going to be set up at the EBRD to help all the partners to work together, will double, triple, or quadruple the impact that we can have together. So KfW is ready to do this. We are executing the Statement of Intent today on behalf of the German government. And then we are really looking forward to implementing the partnership together.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Sweden, for hosting us tonight. CDP is delighted to join the Blue Med Partnership as implementing partner alongside the fellow European Development Banks, SIDA, EBRD, EIB, European Commission, and the Union pour la Méditerranée. By joining these initiatives, CDP wants to play its own part in promoting and co-financing innovative public and private projects that can foster sustainable development of coastal economies in the Mediterranean, as well as protection, restoration, sustainable use of our marine ecosystem. And let me emphasize the strategic value of this initiative for us, for CDP, for Italy. Italy's unique geographical location at the core, at the center of the Med Sea, positions our country as a natural gateway to Europe for the Med region. So definitely, while we operate domestically in Italy since a long time, we have also taken over the role of Italian DFIs more recently, and in this capacity we are reinforcing our commitment to the region, to the Med region. This is testified not only by the increasing volume of activities, but also by the recent opening of local offices in the North Africa, in the Western Balkans, and having a local presence, CDP local presence there in the Med region will facilitate our ability to contribute, to originate and co-finance together with our partners high-impact projects within the Blue Med partnership and strengthening our relationship with public and private sector stakeholders in our region. CDP participation in the Blue Med partnership builds on our growing commitments towards blue economy, which represent a strategic theme for our development finance operation. Colleagues Remy and Ambroise already mentioned the Clean Ocean Initiative, which has been also joined by CDP, the collective effort to mobilize 4 billion euros in projects to reduce plastic waste in the oceans, as well as been mentioned by Remy, the recent collective commitment of PDBs that we took at the Financing Commons Summit, again on a collective effort on blue and blue finance projects. So building on today's commitment, CDP, together with our partners, will definitely develop important synergies and amplify the impact of the initiatives we are going to finance in the Med region, not only stimulating economic growth, but also ensuring long-term health, sustainability in the Mediterranean ecosystem. So we are eager to start working closely with you all to deliver impact through the Blue Med partnership. I'm confident that the collective commitment we are taking today will resonate across borders and will reinforce the collective impact of development finance in the Med region. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And perhaps, Madame, if you allow me, this was the excitement here just a moment ago. If I can ask Fawaz Sabri to come up on stage. He's the Chief Technical Advisor for UNDP Arab States. Yes, so a few moments before we wrap up.
Thank you very much. We would like to congratulate you, SIDA, and the partners for this great initiative. And on behalf of UNDP, the Regional Director of Arab States, I want to make an announcement that UNDP is willing to be partner in this initiative, financially and technically. And we want to start negotiation with you to sign an agreement as soon as possible to be an active partner for this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm wondering if we keep this going, there may be more coming in. So please, Madame, over to you.
I don't know whether you want me to be very long, but
yes,
no,
exactly.
I will avoid.
Please.
So no, I'm very, very happy to be here. Thank you very much for your hospitality and for Sweden to be, since the beginning, very proactive and very committed to this project. It was launched quite a few months ago, I mean more than 1 year ago, and indeed I want to thank in our team Ibardi Adonai, who was at the initiative and a very, very strong conviction that we should, building on our experience in the Nordic and Barents Seas, on the impact the Northern Environmental Partnership had in cleaning the sea very successfully. So the idea was to replicate that on the sea, which really needs some investment and some attention, which is the Mediterranean Sea, where you have 500 million people living around the sea. A global biodiversity hotspot, but also extreme pressure from human activities and from temperature rise. So I think it's really needed, and I'm very happy to be there tonight to really concretize, becoming concrete. We are very honored as EBRD to manage the fund. Our board has approved the article for the fund, the establishment of the fund. So we are now ready to receive the money and the payments, and we have I mean, we believe this will be a very important contribution to the challenges related to the ocean. We, as the other financial institutions, very committed to supporting the blue economy and contributing to improving the situation. And we believe this would be an important contribution. So thank you all, and I'm sure that we will, with the good dynamics created tonight, we will be even more numerous in moving on, and I think that we can now move to signature. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all, and thank you all for sharing your input. I mean, clearly, this is a partnership with many partners, strong partners, with an equal interest and passion to really see this take off for the good and the best of the marine environment in the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. So thank you so much for that. Yes, we're going to move on with the whole signing ceremony. And this is also quite a logistical exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually, and this is, of course, I take the advantage of having my DG here. So he's going to be first out to sign the contribution agreement for us. And then we will move on with the letters of intent signed by practically everyone here. We have Egypt, and I'm hearing that the Minister from Morocco is on her way in. We'll see if she will be able to join us. From Jordan, the UFM, of course, the AFD, the EIB, the KFW, CDP. So we're going to do this at the table, and so no, we're going to do it here? Okay, so colleagues, please help me out here. So, DG, yes? And this is the Swedish contribution for 6.5 million euros grant money. And I can tell you it's with a great deal of relief. There's been a lot of work going into this, so thank you. Yeah, no, now you can't stand here talking. Thank you. Thank you so much. Her Excellency, Minister of International Cooperation from Egypt, Rania Al-Mashat, please. And the documents? Good. Thank you very much. Thank you. And from Jordan, His Excellency Dr. Suleiman. And being based in Amman, I'm of course incredibly happy that Jordan is among the first countries to join.
So happy to join this initiative.
It's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. And His Excellency, are you signing the letter of intent? Nasser Kamel? Yes?
I think so.
Yes?
Maybe the last one, so I can announce something.
Okay. We'll save you for last. All right, that's fine. So then we continue with AFD. If I can ask Mr. Remy Rioux back on stage. Thank you. And thank you, Camilla. Quick and swift. Perfect. Thank you very much. EIB, please back up on stage. Mr. Fayol, Vice President. Oh, you had 3. Yes. I wonder why. I'm curious. Thank you so much, Mr. Rio. And then moving on to, no, that was it, sorry. KfW, please welcome back on stage. Oh, does that mean even more money then?
More intent.
Oh, more intent. That's very good. Excellent. Thank you so much. CDP. Thank you. Welcome. Mr. Petrocelli. Very, very swift. Yes. Thank you. So, Camilla, how many more do you have there behind UFM and EBRD, of course. So, Madame, please. Thank you so much. No, the minister from Morocco has arrived? No. Okay. So then, last but not least, of course, His Excellency Nasser Kamel, UFM. No, that's the post-it. Absolutely, but applause first. Thank you so much. And there were some of us who didn't think we'd pull this off in less than an hour, but we actually have. Very pleased with this. I think I will first say again, thank you so much all for coming, for signing, for contributing, and really to all my colleagues and all of your colleagues who made this happen. There's a lot of work behind it, so thank you all. So now the final word and the pieces of information. Thank you.
Well, it's not a speech, it's an announcement, because now we have started this beautiful partnership. We need to get into the implementation phase and decide on concrete projects, and to do so, I'm inviting, of course, all the stakeholders, beneficiary and the donors, and of course, the two major banks, EBRD and EIB, to Barcelona. February, we will determine the exact date according to your schedule, to have the first implementation meeting for this great partnership. That's all I wanted to say, and thank you very much.
Thank you. And we round off. We're just running the video again for those of you who actually didn't see it. So thank you all again.